Amtrak was awarded six-figure executive bonuses despite huge losses. You've attempted to take over Union Station's lease at a cost of hundreds of millions of dollars with the speculative benefits returns. You forced unwanted routes onto your national network with questionable customer demands and guaranteed annual losses. What's your all's projected annual operating loss, Mr. Gardner?
For this year, a little bit more than $800 million. That's down significantly from the prior year and the year before.
Yes, sir. According to Amtrak's five-year plan for fiscal year 2022 through 2027, fiscal years, Amtrak expects to lose at least $1 billion per year. Do you think Amtrak will be cutting expenses or increasing ticket prices to address its operating losses?
We've been doing both. Already our five-year plan has been updated for 23, and you can see we're almost anticipating a little bit more than $800 million. So we've significantly improved those numbers since our 22 five-year plan, and we're doing it on both ends. As you suggest, we've got to maintain and reduce costs where we can. That's difficult in this high inflationary environment. We're about 30% higher in prices than we were in 19. So as we come back to revenues of 19, you can see there's a big gap. At the same time, we are trying to build revenues, and are doing quite a good job at that, but we're still just about to get to 2019 revenue levels, and it's going to take a combination of both to maintain a improving trajectory. As I said, our hope is on the train operation side of the business to get back to that break-even process. I was at Amtrak, I've been doing Amtrak for 14 years. It took us a lot of work to get to break even in 2020 before the pandemic. I know we can do it again, but it's going to take a while to overcome this big lag of inflation.
When you say break even, though, that's with the influx of tax dollars, correct?
So, yes.
Yes or no, that's fine.
Yes.
I mean, you don't need to, I appreciate it. I'm going to run out of time. In your written testimony, you stated that y'all expect additional losses the next few years due to the capital-related operating costs projected funds by the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. How much do you expect these capital-related operating costs to be?
Well, several $100 million, because we have to train the workforce and hire the workforce that's necessary to implement this program. There's a whole series of costs that are associated with the capital work that we have to bear as an upfront expense. Particularly all of the training costs we cannot capitalize, and they hit the P&L. So we have to double the amount of workers, for instance, on the Northeast Corridor that are rebuilding track and signals to go from about 4,000 employees to about 8,000 employees. It takes up to 2 years to train those folks, and while we're training them, they are expense, not capital. And so those are the kind of extraordinary costs we have to take for a bit that are in support of the capital work.
It's not in my notes, but memory serves me that there's been several, I guess, exposés or whatever. I don't really like that term because you never know what's behind it. But your commissary continues to lose money. Is that still a problem?
Did you say commissary, sir?
Yes, sir.
So the food and beverage. I should
have said food and beverage.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I know what you mean. The food and beverage service is an important part of the Amtrak product. The IIJA required the establishment of a new food and beverage working group, and we just received their report. We owe Congress back our response to the food and beverage report here this fall. In general, the food service is there as a part of the amenities that we offer, so much of the ticket price is covering the costs, and then people also fund through cash purchases depending on which level of service. We're continuing to upgrade quality. We certainly have heard from many members that they want to see better quality, and we've heard that from our customers in terms of the food offerings on board. So we're focused on doing that, but doing that in a way that's fiscally responsible.
I would hope you would be fiscally responsible. Yes. By that, I mean at least paying for the food. I think that would be a fiscally responsible move, and I think Congress would probably smile upon that if we were able to smile.